Have you heard of the 80-20 rule diet? It's not actually a diet, it's a way of eating. The idea is that 80% of what you eat comes from minimally processed foods such as fruits, vegetables, legumes, beans, whole grains, fresh meats, and the other 20% can be whatever you want. Does that sound nice? This is what I do, guys. I've been doing this for over a year and it is really, really working for me and my clients. So if you had to guess, what percent do you think you're eating of minimally processed foods? According to this study in PubMed, Americans consume 57% of our calories from ultra-processed foods, otherwise known as junk food. 57%. So instead of the 80-20 diet, most Americans are more like at a 43-57 diet. And we've all been there, like no judgments. But seeing the problem is the first step in fixing it. Kind of be like, oh, you know what? I'm probably at this percent. The really good news is I'm not asking you to do a 100-0 plan. We have all tried the 100-0 plan. It does not work for the long term. It is not sustainable. I see this all the time. I cut out all these things and then we, go on a binge of an entire pizza or an entire cake. We've all done that. So please do not aim for the 100-0 plan. As soon as I tell myself I can't have potatoes or other carbs, it's all I can think about. I've even dreamt about it when I was doing those restrictive diets. And it's not sustainable, and a no-carb diet is actually not good for you. So to start, I don't even want you to aim for 80-20. I want you to look at where you are now. So out of the 21-ish meals in a week, about how many of them consist of mostly minimally processed foods? And then I just want you to bump it up a little. So maybe shoot for 50-50 or start with 60-40. Just look where you are and where can you nudge that. If you've heard me say this before, I ask my clients on a scale of 1 to 10, how easy does this feel? We want it to be at least an 8. So if you went straight to 80-20 and you're like, okay, that's probably pretty tough. That's probably a 5 or 6. Bring it down. Bring it down. Just nudge that a little bit. And it actually just requires simple, small changes. Here's some examples. When you're having a hot dog, have it with a 100% whole grain bun. We are nudging that needle. When you order a pizza, add a veggie or two. If you're thinking about chips, maybe start with a piece of fruit and then eat the chips, or maybe after you eat the fruit, you didn't even want the chips anymore. Try eating a rotisserie chicken instead of the fried chicken. Do you see? It's just nudging that needle, simple little changes, and consistently mastering one small dietary shift and then mastering another small dietary shift. They add up and add up and add up. And pretty soon you'll be at 70-30. And then eventually you'll be at the 80-20. And that's where we get to hang out in the happy 80-20. It's a beautiful place to be. I cannot tell you how loving it is to know that I don't have any foods on the no list, on the bad list. You're bad if you eat this. It feels so amazing to know when I'm 80% eating whole foods, real foods, the others, it doesn't really matter. 80-20. So don't try to do it all overnight. Please, please, please. If you don't try to do it overnight, you do this kind of gradually like we talked about, it's not even going to seem hard. And that's how lasting change happens. I am so excited for you to nudge that needle and eventually get to the 80-20 rule. Please subscribe or follow, and I will see you next time.